Alright guys, so welcome back into another NFL DFS video. We're going to be going over the quarterback plays for week 9, and I think I would start off with Matthew Stafford here, who it does seem like they're going to try to throw the ball a little bit more, and obviously Stafford has been going off recently, and I really like this matchup going against the Oakland Raiders. He should be in for a nice, safe, 20-point game. I'm not sure if he has a 30 burger in him, but I do kind of like his floor. There's not that many great quarterback plays on the slate. There's a lot of decent ones, but not a lot of standout plays like we've had in previous ones. If you want to go the Derek Carr route, the other way in that game, I don't mind that as well. Detroit has looked beatable via the passing game recently. If you look at Derek Carr's game log, it's been pretty solid. Only one game under 10 DK points. He's not going to explode for you. But at that price point, I don't mind that, trying to get 15 DK points. Not a bad move, but not a great one. Honestly, I might just try to pay down for Brandon Allen. And a lot of you guys probably don't know him or why I like him. Brandon Allen actually won me a preseason DFS contest way back in the day when he was with the Jaguars. He was most recently with the Rams. I don't mind him as a play. I don't love this, but really at this price point, all we need is 10 DK points, especially if you're playing cash. So that's not going to be too bad. All right, so now switching over to the running back spot, we do have two studs on the slate. We got Christian McCaffrey priced way up. 10K is a lot to pay, and if he's priced at 10K, you're pretty much saying that he's going to get 30 DK points. So if you play him, I don't know. You can definitely play him if you want to. Dalvin Cook's in another great spot as well. If you pay these two, you're definitely strapped into playing, value plays at the receiver spot. But the thing about this slate is there's not that many receivers I'd really want to pay up for and know confidently that they're going to play well. Now, there's going to be some players that you can stack on the receivers, but it's going to be iffy one. We got Aaron Jones here that I really like as well, and I think he's going to be a strong pivot from McCaffrey or Cook that honestly still has the same upside. We've seen it a few times this year. He's getting used in the passing game. He's getting used in the run game as well. The opportunities have been there, around 17 a game, so I don't mind Aaron Jones as well. The other side of the game, we got Melvin Gordon, still priced pretty cheap. The opportunities have kind of been there, kind of not. The last game with Chicago was kind of a push. They didn't really have the ball too much, but Melvin Gordon is looking more like himself, so don't mind that play with his price point. Mark Wallen's another play that I do like. Just look at those opportunities he has gotten recently. That's something we can't ignore. Over 15 opportunities per game priced at under 5K. That's something I do like. The matchup is better this week as well. So, I do think he'll get double-digit fantasy points. If James Conner is ruled out, the player they're going to be rolling with the most is actually going to be Jalen Samuels. Kind of just been waiting for that game for him to be able to break out. We've seen what James Conner has done in that offense, and we've also seen what Benny Snell has done in that offense. Jalen Samuels is the number 2 running back in that offense, and if Conner's out, Samuels is going to be the guy, and he's going to get around 17 touches at that price point. I just love that play. All right, moving on to receivers. We got those high-end running backs in there, so we got to try to find some value here. Terrell Williams does seem that way. Obviously, I really like that game log. Just super consistent throughout the year. Pretty decent matchup. I already touched on that matchup. I do like it quite a bit. Courtland Sutton, this is a play that we have to make, especially if we're playing Brandon Allen. But I do like it. Only one game under 10 DK points. A lot of targets too. The targets for both Tyrell Williams and Courtland Sutton have been there, and they're both priced at under 6K. So I do like those plays as kind of safe cash plays, especially with the targets that we can predict that they're going to get. But also Devontae Adams here, kind of more of the same. He's priced really cheap though, 4.4K. The production has been, just as good, if not better. And, he's priced at 4.4K going against the Jets. That's really not too bad of a matchup. So that's a play you could roll with. Deontay Johnson, I don't like as much as Parker, but I don't know. It's just something we can't ignore. They're trying to get him the ball quite a bit more. So that's a play you could roll with. Mike Williams is one I want to touch on the most, though. 6, 6, and then double-digit targets the last 2 weeks prior to that. So the targets have been there, and he's been so close to a couple of breakout games, just a few bad drops here and there. You got to think that it's going to regress back to the mean. It's kind of more of a feeling play, but going against the Packers, they haven't looked that great on defense. I just think he's going to score a touchdown this week, and so I like that play. And then Cole Beasley, he's still priced a little bit too cheap. Targets have been there, production has been there. He's not going to explode, but I just don't mind that play too much. All right, get into the tight ends here. If you want to pay up for Kelsey, Waller, Hunt, Henry, by all means, go ahead and do it. You know, if you have the salary left over, those guys are safe, and they obviously had the upside. But Zach Ertz, you know, at the beginning of the year, if we had said that Zach Ertz was priced at under 5K, it'd just be instant lock. And it's not like he's not playing the stamps. He is. They're just playing Dallas Goedert a little bit more. And, you know, Goddard just been the one catching the touchdowns. And the targets really haven't been there as much for Ertz. But, you know, I just think that's going to regress back. And at that price point, I obviously really like it. There's not really any other good tight ends that you can play on the slate. I do think the process with having Jacob Hollister last week as the tight end play was there. Another good matchup as well this week going against the Buccaneers. You know, if you're playing Russell Wilson, I think you got to think about playing Jacob Hollister as a stack there. So kind of my thought process there. Then the last tight end, just a quick touch on it. Preseason stud, Tanner Hudson. Played him a lot this preseason. Really just dominant. Cameron Brate and also O.J. Howard are questionable right now. Obviously, if those two don't play, I do like Tanner Hudson quite a bit, especially because it seems like we'd be locking in around like 70K points, which isn't great, but at that price point, I don't mind it. And then touching on defense, you can really play anyone. I think I'd rather just pay up for the Bills if I can, but I might just pay down all the way to the Redskins going against the Bills. Josh Allen, you know, can be turnover prone. And the Redskins haven't went under, you know, they haven't went negative yet. So that's just a play that I like at that price point.